Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. So, right, let's get down to brass tacks though and talk about this creative stuff. Now, before we do that, I've got 3 underlying truths that you've got to, let's say, sign up for. You ready for that? Number 1 is, who are you? You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes, you are. And God created you on purpose, for purpose, right? Do you know that, right? So how we're to do, when we understand and know this, and we also understand the next sentence, which is, we're all put here on this earth to do good for others. We're not one-man shows. We're tribal. It's in our DNA. We're familial. It's in our DNA. This is who we are. So when we're raising children, what are we doing here? That is a mission put here by God himself for you to bring these young people up into the world to become actual responsible adults so they can turn around and do the same thing. So our motherhood is on a short string, really. Let me tell you something, guys. It goes really fast. It goes really fast. But when we understand who we are, fearfully and wonderfully made, on purpose, for purpose, and so that we can indeed help other folks, then we're going to start to see, as we feel and understand and bring this into our hearts, we're going to start to connect the dots with all of that. And how we uniquely show up and do this work to help others and to understand who we are, that's up to you. That's a mission for you. That is a delightful opportunity just for you. And I promise you, as you open yourself up for this possibility and start looking for the answers out there, it's suddenly going to pop up and be in your life. Watch. Double dog dare you. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, this is one of my favorites because I get these, sometimes I get an email or a direct message and something, well, you say blah, 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 but I just don't have time. I'm going to tell you what, you have time as long as you're drawing breath. You have the time. Where's it going? You can find out if you're just wasting a lot of time. You can use one of our time blocking sheets, which basically tracks what your day looks like. And you put everything down on there. You don't put in there like, at 1:25, I was flossing my teeth. You don't do that kind of stuff. But you could say, between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, I had personal care, that's fine. But if you say between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock p.m., I Candy Crushed the daylights out of my phone, then you got a problem. It's just to bring into awareness, into the place of mindfulness of where your time is going. savingdinner.com/time to pick up that sheet. It's free. You print it off and then you can time block and see, oh, good grief. A lot of that time is going away that I just really didn't have any idea about. So there you go. Number 3, that's it. Yeah. Yeah buts are not going to serve anyone. And yeah buts are nothing but excuses. You've heard me say this, but absolutely critical to say it again. Yeah, but I can't because. Yeah, but you don't understand. I take care of my dad. Yeah, but you don't understand. I have all these little kids. Or yeah, but my kids have disabilities. Or I'm in a wheelchair. You know what? Then we adjust and we look for the possibility. We don't put ourselves in prison with yeah buts. Yeah buts will build a fortress around you and keep you from the vibrant life that you want to live. Look for possibilities. Look for it. What if? Can you imagine 2 good questions to ask yourself. Those questions open the door to possibilities. So how do we create this? Then how do wise women say, you know what? I am all in. I'm all in. How do I get to this place of creating a vibrant life? I'm kind of in this place of I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to act, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the first thing that you need to do. Number 1, you start with declarative sentences. And these declarative sentences not only are going to move the needle, but they're going to be a written declarative sentence because it's unmovable and it's written in stone when you use I ams. I am. I am. It is putting it down. It is stamping it on the wall. It is just, this is who I am. Deal with it. When we go around and we say, I'm sick and tired, I am not able, I just can't, I am this, I'm that. When we do all of that, we build that fortress that I was talking about. It's the fortress of yeah, but. It is the fortress of yeah, but, and that's the mortar, right? When we make all those declarative things of what you cannot do, we need to make these declarative statements of the things that we can do. And I am them, write them down, put them on a mirror, use stickers. I don't care what you are. I am super powerful when you use it right. Okay? Number 2, you ready? I'm going to slap you around a little bit. Be bold. Be bold in this whole thing. This is your life we're talking about. We're not talking about, hey, go buy some pencils. They're really cool. They're cool pencils. I like pencils better than pens. It's just pencils. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what do you want in your life? If you have made a decision in your life that you hate your career, you hate where you're doing, you hate this, you hate that, or you have this horrible relationship, it's abusive or whatever, start making some decisions that are bold, that are pro you, and don't wimp out. I'm going to say this. You don't get another shot at this. Unless you believe in reincarnation, but I don't want to come back as a dolphin or a pillbug or something. I don't believe in that, but I'm just saying, well, if you're saying, well, but I believe in reincarnation, so therefore, give me a break. This is your life as you are right now today. This is it. One more day is checked off the list. So be bold about what it is that you want. Because if that's what you want, if that's what lights you on fire, all of this is just going to make so much sense and it's going to help you get to the next level. Number 3, this is my pet peeve. And I'm in a group, a Get Strong group that I absolutely love for my Peloton group. And the calendar, they put together a whole calendar and it's a 10-minute segment of this and a 10-minute segment of that. It's all the different things. Everybody wants to know, hey, am I the only one? I get that. But there's a lot of this. Anyone else finds so-and-so's voice annoying? Anyone else, blah, 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 blah. Anyone else, whatever. And, we get this occasionally in the Hot Milk Sprint. But what about standing strong? What about instead of trying to crowdsource everyone else's opinion to make sure your opinion's okay, standing in your opinion, standing in the strength of what it is that you have? Remember the Hamilton, if anybody saw Hamilton, in the show, Hamilton's talking about, I'm not throwing away my shot, because he wanted to be president and all that, right? I am not throwing away my shot. And I'm saying to you, do not throw away your shot. This is your life. This is your life. You get to light it up, or you get to stick a whole great big old pin in and it just whatever. Don't crowdsource it. This isn't anybody else's life. You don't need their opinion about whether it is that you need it or not. You know what you need? You need your strength in your statement, your I am statement. You need the strength within to say, this is the life that I want to lead. You need the strength within to say, this is how I'm going to get it done. And even if you don't know how you're going to get it done, if you stand up and you say, I don't know how I'm going to get it done, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to figure it out. Can't even tell you how many times I've been in that place of thinking everything is going to hell in a handbasket, but I am going to figure it out. You know why? Don't give up. You hold on to that like your jaws are around it and it's not going anywhere. It's yours, your life. Anyone else? No, not anyone else. This is your shot. And number 4 is to work your goals. Girlfriends, I have this to say about goals. If you do not have goals written down, you will not get after the things that you want to get after. I find year-long goals to be things that just wish lists. 12-week goals, when they're worked in daily and when you're thinking about them and they're in your mind and they're in your face and you're writing about them and you're present with them, become reality. You can completely upend and completely change your life. And that's not hyperbole. In 12 weeks, you can. And take that over a year and you do 4 12-week segments. Can you imagine what your life is going to look like? You can take your wish list and treat it like, okay, there's my list for goals. There's my list for what I want in my life. This house was a goal. Where I live is a goal. And I got it. This, losing that weight, goal. Finding a relationship where I'm highly invested and in love all the time and have someone who I connect with and can communicate with and feel love from too. What is that? A goal. And I made up my mind that this is what it was going to be. And I went on a lot of really crappy first dates, let me tell you. But this is what it's about. When you work your goals into your daily life, 12 weeks at a time, it's tangible, it's doable, it's a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here, and it works. It just works. So remember this. My big Robin Sharma quote that I probably wore out last year and, some of this year. And it's this: what you think about expands. What you dwell upon becomes your destiny. Put that into your goals. Do you see what I'm going with all of that? I'm telling you, it is everything. It is everything. All right. Number 5 is remember that your environment is going to support you or it's going to distract you. Boom. Just like that. Visual peace. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of the crap. Get rid of the stuff that holds you back. Do it. Don't give excuses. Don't sit there and say, oh, I don't know, I might need it later. I'm going to tell you this right now. Be brutal and just dump it, because I promise you that somebody will show up with something that you need if it's something that you threw out you shouldn't have. I promise you. We had this discussion, Mark and I did just the other day, and he was like, looking through, we have this mound. You know how it is when you buy a house, they give you all the stuff for all the manuals and everything. I said, just throw all that stuff out. And he's like, no. I said, every single manual for every single refrigerator that's ever been created on this earth is online. Why do we need to keep this crap? It's on top of the cabinets in the kitchen getting dusty. Throw it out. Throw it out. And watch how you feel. It's like you feel like a new woman. Now that's physical clutter. That your head clutter, yep, you got the same thing. But start with the small things. Make your bed every day. Start with the small things. Clean up after yourself. Start with the small things. Make sure that when you go to bed at night, everything looks great. Just start there and watch how it just catches fire. I started as a flybaby 21 years ago, or whatever, when I first met Marla, and it all made sense. And it was the missing piece. And that's like what I'm telling you about 12-week goals. The missing piece for me, until I figured this part out, until I read the 12-week year, the missing piece for me was figuring out how to get it into everyday life. Well, that's the missing piece for that. Your environment, setting that up for success is the other thing. Putting out your quote deck, using your mindful mug, doing things that help you. Going, kitchen's closed when you're trying to get rid of an old habit from snacking after dinner. These are the things that support the life that you want to live. Number 6, your mind is your GPS. Your mind is your GPS. When you get in the car and you say, I want to go to the airport, right? You put it into your GPS, unless of course, exactly how to do that, but you know exactly what to do, right? You know exactly what to do. You plug in the address, you press go, and then it'll tell you, like, we could do these different routes. This is going to be faster, or there's going to be more traffic here. Then you choose the right route. You choose the thing that supports you. That's what you do. That's it. And you gets you from here to there. Number 7, what other people think about you is none of your business. I love that. My mother used to say that all the time. So true. What other people think about you is none of your bloody business. Let it go. That's like crowdsourcing your life also, because I'm not going to do anything. What are they going to say? What are the people going to say? Come on. You're a grown woman. You're a grown, wise woman. It's time to move away from that and just say, well, bless their hearts, and just move it out and keep going on the trail that you want to go on. It's your life. Remember, one life, your one shot. Number 8, fear is a function of your brain. It's a brain thing. It's your amygdala, but it can be controlled. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Your brain is an organ, but your brain's not in charge unless you say, oh, I can't help all the way I feel. Oh, I can't. I'm just being moved around by my brain because I can't help it. Baloney. You can help any of it. And I will tell you, there's a payoff when you go and you do it anyway. You just say, shut up, amygdala. I'm on this. I'm going to do this anyway. Well, then you get a boom. Here comes the dopamine and serotonin. Yeah, that's your reward for doing it anyway. So as much as your amygdala wants to hold you back, when you do it anyway, you get that push. And guess what? The amygdala shrinks back and the dopamine and the serotonin go forward. And that's the thing that you want to be doing. Number 9. Okay, this is for everybody here. You ready? You have a voice. And you know what we do with our voices? We use them. We use them. Is somebody speaking unkindly to you? Don't allow it. And I don't care if it's your husband and you've been married for 45 years. If your husband speaks unkindly, just say, hey, honey, guess what? I would really appreciate if you spoke this way to me. You know, if it's a friend who is backhand complimenting and really passive aggressive with you, call her out or stop spending time with them. Whatever. Use your voice, and use your voice. When you're using your voice, you're using your power, because nobody knows what's going on between your 2 ears except you. So you have to use your voice. That doesn't mean you have to be a shrew. It doesn't mean you have to be unkind. It means you have to step up for your life. You're the only one. This is your only shot. This is your only shot. That's number 9. And number 10, I want you to remember the secret formula. We've talked about this a few thousand times. Motivation plus momentum equals success. Always remember that. That's what habits are all about. Daily, 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 daily. Momentum, 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 momentum. And then there's the success. The success can't help but happen. And even if you only have 10 minutes, you can still make success happen. 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, break things up, do it the way you need to do it. But remember this, and I'm preaching to myself here right now. Consistency is everything. Consistency undergirds exactly the successful, exactly the vibrant life that you want to live. You can't do it in spurts. You got to do it all the way. Be in all the way. This is your life. Your life. Love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. Peace be with you.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.